I don't really know how to start off this video except for saying, well, that was an episode, I guess. So, I saw the recent SMG4 episode yesterday, and it was fine. If I was to give it a rating, it's like a 7. I could have given it a 6, but maybe that's a little bit too harsh, but it's fine. So, to rip the band-aid off, Mr. Puzzles returned, which I'm really happy to see. But at the same time, very disappointed and worried to see what SMG4 might be going down in the future. So Mr. Puzzle's whole motive right now as a character is basically just to make more parodies on the SMG4 YouTube channel for his own show. And let me just say that the execution of this is kinda terrible. Him returning so soon just feels very odd to me. I'm happy about it, but at this point, I would rather him just stay dead forever. It's cool, but why? He almost just doesn't feel like a character anymore. It's just basically Luke saying to his audience, hey, I want to do more parodies, but instead of me saying it, have my character say it instead. It just doesn't feel like a character anymore. In fact, it just feels like a self-insert. A self-insert to basically enforce these new episodes to be a thing. I feel like you could still make these episodes even without Mr. Puzzles, but it just feels so weird. It's I don't have a problem with more parody videos. The problem is that the execution of this is just kinda terrible. You wanna know what kinda annoys me about this? The way the characters react to this. They just don't even treat it like it's a problem. They're just alright, whatever, we'll see you again at some point, when I feel like they should. Mr. Puzzles did so much to the SMG4 crew. Destroy the castle, make SMG4 go insane, kill one-shot Ren. I should say sort of the cause of his death, and also have Meggy get killed for an entire month. It's just very lazy to set up such a thing. SMG4, I'm pretty sure, has done parody stuff for a long time now. Why is it executed so weirdly? You don't need Mr. Puzzles for this, I feel. It just feels like SMG4 just doesn't care all that much anymore. I know the writers or people have said, we do care, and I do believe them on that. They definitely seem to care. But it almost, to me, just feels like they just don't care anymore. I genuinely thought they were going to do something with Tari, and they did. They sort of developed her, but then gave up. And I also thought they would do more with Clinch in the Puzzle Vision arc. But no, they also gave up on that too. So now the channel at this point seems to just be mostly parody content it's probably going to be. Because that's the only thing I could really see them doing from now on. I know there's also Remastered 64 and Poorly Explained. I feel like Remastered 64 kinda suffers from problems and they kinda need to be fixed. Poorly Explained is probably the only thing I find interesting from the SMG4 channel right now, and it's probably the only thing I look forward to watching. But I'm sorry man, but if the characters are literally just gonna be relegated to parody content, and only parody content for most of the time, then I'm sorry man, I just don't think I'm gonna want to watch your series anymore, because there's gonna be a point where I'm just I'm done, this has gotten pretty boring. I know they've said they wanted to expand the showgrounds, but at this point I don't even know if I believe that. They seem really relegated on wanting to make parody content. That's probably why I think the characters are just kinda sitting around right now waiting for stuff to happen for them, but I just don't get it. So, they'll put, a bunch of character writing into their own shows on Glitch, but SMG4, it's just they don't care anymore, I guess. Maybe I'm just overreacting. Maybe SMG4 will get its footing again, but right now it's having one of those down points again. This happened last year with 2 videos where I felt man, the quality kinda went down a little bit. And this year it just feels like they're kinda struggling, just randomly coming up with stuff to keep their channel going. It just kinda feels that way. The quality has been a little bit better, but it feels like it also is starting to go down a bit. If it continues this way, I just don't know if I'm going to want to watch it anymore, or even review or talk about it. At that point, I think it'd just be well, I'm done. It's just so weird right now for the channel. I'll probably briefly talk about it here and there maybe, but if it just keeps going down, then I just will probably give up a little bit. So I'm just going to stop rambling here. We'll see what happens, and that's basically it for me. Bye.